I've kind of given up on trying to determine what an elk is actually saying versus picking up on their tone and emotion in the call. And I found that the less I worry about what I'm trying to say versus trying to put intensity and emotion into the call, the more success I have. Because I think the more simple you keep the calling, with accurate sounds but simplicity, the more success you're going to have versus trying to make, a dozen different sounds.
You want to master one.
Exactly. And with that said, one call that I haven't shown or talked about, and I ought to, is this Matriarch call that I developed with Rocky Jacobson and Bugle and Bull Game Calls. I can honestly say this 100%. If I could go to the woods with only one elk call, and this is the only call I could choose, or I had my choice of 100 of them, this is the call I would choose right here, would be an open reed call. And the reason I say that is because of, this 20 years of experience of calling. I found that these open reed calls, when blown properly, have a very, very three-dimensional tonal quality to them and also a nasal quality to them. And it is amazing when you get out there and see how the bulls respond to a one-dimensional sound versus a three-dimensional nasally sound. They absolutely attack this call if you blow it right. And the way I blow it versus a diaphragm, in similarity, I'm still getting the air from my stomach, from my own diaphragm. That's where I'm originating the air. But I'm not using my tongue on the call. I'm using my lips on the call because it's an open reed call, and my tongue is in my mouth. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding my lips right up close to this castration band right here. That's all this little green band is, the castration band. Putting my lips right up close to it. I'm wrapping my lips around the call, or around my teeth, as if I have false teeth that I'm trying to keep in. And I'm just placing them on the call like this. Okay, now the way I get sound out of this call initially is I use very light lip pressure on the reed, on the white reed, and with bringing the air up from my stomach, I get this. Okay, that's the hardest part of the call. Most people the mistake they're gonna make, they're gonna try to blow too much air and they're gonna put too much lip pressure on the call. But if you just relax and put light lip pressure and light air pressure, you get that sound. And then if you just add a little more lip pressure and a little more air pressure, you get that sweet, elky tone like this. Okay, it may appear that I'm sucking air in, but I'm actually blowing all of my air out into the call. What I'm doing, I'm not sliding the call in or out, but I'm actually starting out with a little more lip pressure to get that first high note, and then when I let lip pressure off to get that lower note, it almost looks as if I'm sucking air in, but I'm not. Just like that. And as simple as it may sound, if you can master this call and you don't have to do anything fancy on it, if you can just blow what I call just a sweet, sexy cow call on it, you're going to call in, I'm telling you, 9 out of those 10 bulls that are out there cruising looking for cows, this is what they want to hear. It is astounding how well this call works.
It has a little bit more of a nasal feel to it, a nasal quality to it
Yes.
than the diaphragm call.
Yes, it does have a distinctly different sound than a mouth diaphragm. I believe it does sound more nasally. It sounds more three-dimensional. It's because of this white mylar reed vibrating, through the soundboard and through this barrel right here. And by contrast to a plastic barrel, we found that by working with a woodworker who makes these wood barrels for us, we get a real nice, mellow, just beautiful cow sound with this wooden barrel. Just, everything working together just creates that sweet tonal cow call that you want to make. Because I knew the tonal quality that I wanted, and when this call came back, it was spot on, exactly how I wanted it. It's okay. One thing you'll see is that I'm not choking down on the call with my hands and my fingers. I'm not doing any of this kind of stuff. A lot of people will lack confidence in the beginning when they're blowing this call, and I kind of say it's a crutch that you'll tend to choke it like this. Okay, and it gives us the call a completely muffled type of sound that I don't believe sounds as natural. So I'm holding the call between my thumb and my index finger, and then I'm just keeping my hand and my fingers open. And just blowing straight through the call. And I control the volume not by choking the call down, but just by the amount of air pressure and lip pressure. See, I can be real quiet on it if I want. Just by the amount of air pressure and lip pressure I put on the call. So it's a tonal quality is spot on, and versatility is dynamite. I mean, this is, again, the one call I would take with me if I had my choice of one call.